Hi guys, it's Night Fear, and I am coming on today to share my Queer Lit Readathon TBR. Now, this Readathon, this is round 2. It's hosted by Kathy, I think her last name is pronounced Trithardt. Sorry, I know I didn't get that right. And, one of the co-hosts is Perpetual Pages. This readathon is going from December 2nd to December 8th. And the only rule is that the books that you read must have queer main characters or revolve around queer topics. So they have a bingo board. And I'm going to link Kathy's channel down below. And I am actually going to link a video from Perpetual Pages. It's her recommendation video, and that's actually where most of these books are coming from. Now, I am not reading books for all of these, but I did want to share the board with you, and I'm going to tell you which ones I'm doing. So the first challenge, so I'm starting up here, and I'm going to go across like this, because that's the way I have them written down. So the first one is you need to read one with an indigenous main character. To read a book with an indigenous main character. None of the ones that she recommended could I find either on Scribd or on my library or on my overdrive from my library. So yeah, I couldn't do that. The See Yourself, you read a book that has an intersectionality that you share, like that you and the character both play sports, or you and the character both like to read books, or something like that. I didn't do this one either. If I read one of the books I've picked and I do see myself in them, then I might go ahead and check off this box, but right now, no. The next one, this one is a new to you author. In other words, an author that you've never read. Now, none of these authors I have read. Well, I have actually, that's not true. I've read 2 of them. But most of them I haven't read. Let's put it that way. So the book that I chose, hold on one second. Sorry, guys. The book that I chose for this one I actually found myself. I was kind of surprised. Because I was looking up just, different authors and stuff, and just looking things up. And I found this book, and it's The Mirror Empire by Cameron Hurley. And it is the first book in a series. And the series is The World Breaker Saga. And see, doesn't that have an awesome cover? That cover is just really cool looking. So basically, this one, it's a fantasy, and from what I understand, it is gender fluid. It's basically, from what I can gather, it sounds like I'm not sure if it's just like a civil war, or if it's like an alien attacking, and then causing a civil war. I don't know, but it sounded interesting, and then this cover was awesome. So I was like, okay, I'm going to try it. So that's that one. Okay, and then this one is to read a book with an ace or arrow spectrum main character. I didn't do that one either. A lot of these, I couldn't find one at my library or in anything that I could read. So it was kind of hard. I did take Perpetual Pages. I did take her recommendation, every single one of them, and I plugged it into the Overdrive app and to my library app to see what books that we had, or any books that I found interesting, and it just... yeah, I just had to narrow down what I could get. Plus, I wanted to narrow down also because I wanted to, get through these books. So the next one is to read a book with a trans main character. And it says it includes non-binary, genderqueer, gender fluid, and cisgender. I'm not sure what I am. This readathon, guys, is really like way out of my comfort zone. I don't read a lot of queer lit, but I want to, because the few books I've read, I've really enjoyed. So a lot of these terms I'm learning. I don't know what they mean yet. So I'm sorry if I mispronounce or misunderstand anything. So let me throw that out there. And if I say something wrong or pronounce something wrong, please feel free to correct me down in the comments or make suggestions or, whatever you want to do. I'm just excited about reading new books. I love discovering new genres, new characters, just new things. So, but anyway, so I actually have a physical book for this one from my library. My library wasn't the greatest at genderqueer book, or not genderqueer, but queer lit books. So this is When the Moon Was Ours, and this is Anna Marie McLemore. I'm trying to remember what this one is about. I think this one's about a girl. Wait a minute. It's about a girl who roses grow out of, is it Mel's wrists? And that rumors say that she was spilled out of a water tower when she was 5. And Sam is known for the moons he paints and hangs in the trees. Now, I do know this is queer lit, but I didn't write down. Oh, well, obviously it's trans. So I don't know if it's him or her, or I'm not sure exactly what's going on. But it really sounded interesting, and I love fantasy, and my library had it, so I thought I'd try, and I've never read anything by her, so that's that one. The next two I'm going to put together. I usually don't like to do this, but I do have 10 books, so I figured, well, okay, so I'm going to mix 5-star prediction, and then this one is a question mark box. We get to choose. So if you're doing this readathon, this is a space where you get to pick a topic. And this is a weird one, but I've read the first book in this series, and it does fit this readathon perfectly. I am not going to say what kind of book this is, because it will spoil some things. But this is a zombie. This is going to be a zombie queer book. And I, for this one, am going to read the second one in the, in the As the World Dies. And it's called Fighting to Survive by Reanna Frater. I read the first one and absolutely loved it. I am a zombie nut. I love zombie books, love apocalyptic books. And so when they said that we could pick our own category, I thought, oh, this is so cool. And I'm sure hardly anybody's going to pick this category. So, but like I said, this is the second book, and I'm really excited to continue this series, because I really, really loved the first one. Okay, graphic novel. I put this book on hold at my library. It came, because I have the app on my Kindle, actually, and so I check it, and it said that it came in. My fiance went to pick it up on Saturday, and the paper was there, but the book wasn't. So they have lost this book. They can't find it. So I'm hoping he's going tomorrow to return some books, and to see if they've found this one. If not, I'm going to have to pick another graphic novel, and I'm going to be really sad, because I'm really excited about reading this one. The one I chose is The Prince and the Dressmaker by Jen Wang, and this is about a prince who dresses up in a dress. And it's just so cute, and I've heard such good things about it, and I was really excited that my library had it. So let's keep our fingers crossed that they will find this book, and that I will be able to get a hold of it. So, yeah. So I'm hoping. If not, I know they do have Lumberjanes, because my daughter has actually gotten them and read the first, I think she read the first 4. that one's not really something that I was really interested in, but if I can't get a hold of this one, then I might read Lumberjanes instead. And I'm not saying Lumberjanes is bad, because she really liked them. She read through them, I think, in a day, maybe 2 days. But I don't know. I mean, it just wasn't, I don't know. We'll see. And I could surprise myself. Okay, the next one is the group read. And we actually voted. And yes, I did participate. I did vote. I did not vote for this book because I did not think I could get a hold of this book. Because at the time, it wasn't anywhere where I could. So I voted, I think I voted for Peter Darling. I think that's the one I voted for. But anyway, but since then I have found it on Scribd, so I'm going to read it, and it's Girls of Paper and Fire by Natasha Nang. And this one is a female romance. It is about a society where girls are given to the king. Somehow they're given to the king. There's like usually 8 girls, and she ends up being the 9th. And one of the taglines I saw was, you know, that all the girls are made of paper, but she's made of fire. And then, you know, one of the other things is that she does fall in love with one of the other girls. So I think it sounds pretty good. And I was trying to find a picture of the other cover. They actually was one in a subscription box, and where her hair is actually rainbow colored, and it looks really, really cool. But I couldn't find a picture of that cover, so yeah. And I don't know what cover. I'm sure it's this one. Okay, so the next one is middle grade, and they just want you to read a middle grade book. And the one I picked, my library didn't have any of the middle grade books. I was really, really sad that she recommended. But I decided I wanted to read George by Alex Gino. And this is actually about a trans character. So I'm really excited to read that one. The next one is a disabled main character. Now this one, for those of you that don't know, my son is autistic. And so as soon as she recommended this book and said that it had autism spectrum, and she said it was gender non-conforming aspects, I was like, yep, that's the book. I want that one. And I could get a hold of it. So it's An Unkindness of Ghosts, by Rivers Solomon. And this is, I think, one in space. Something about the crew has been enslaved, and I don't know, but it sounded really good. And then, like I said, it had the autism spectrum on it, and I'm all about reading books about the autism spectrum because of my son, who you just heard. You can hear in the background because he's home from school. So, all right. So then we have the next one is a person of color author. And this is one that I found because of another book that I'm reading. And the other book that I'm reading is this one, and I'm almost done with it. It's called Huntress. And it's Melinda Liu. I don't know. I'm not sure. I need to figure out how to pronounce her last name. But anyway, and this is a female romance, and I am that much done, and I should hopefully be done today. I'm loving it, and it's a prequel to this next one that I'm going to be showing you, which I'm reading for this readathon, and it is Ash, also by her. So, and this is a Cinderella retelling with a female romance. So, and it's not that big either, so which is nice. So, and then the author, that's the author. That's her. So, yes. So, I'm excited about reading this. Like I said, I'm loving Huntress. So, I like reading books that I already know the author, that I've read something from them. Because then I have an idea that I'm going to enjoy it. So, okay. The next one is translated novel. Once again, I couldn't find any of these that she had recommended. So, that one I'm not going to do. The historical fiction. Hold on, what happened here? Okay, hold on. What's going on? Well, that's weird. Hold on 1 second, guys. I had all these images pulled up, and for some reason it disappeared. Okay, so for this one, I'm reading Wild Thorn by Jane Egland. And this is about a girl. It's Victorian times, I believe. Hold on, let me go back to the. It is. I think it's. I don't want to tell you wrong. I think it's Victorian. Let me see. Yes, Victorian era. So it's Victorian times, and she gets thrown into an insane asylum, and she's trying to figure out what's going on. I'm not exactly sure what precipitates. Sorry. Her getting thrown in the asylum. I do know it's a female romance, or else she feels like it's a female, or she's attracted to females. I don't know. But it sounded really good, and I really like that, Victorian type era, so I thought I'd try it. Plus, I love the cover. So, I thought I'd try it. The next one is genre that I don't usually read. I read a lot of genres. About the only one I don't read is mystery. And I'm just not in the mood to read a mystery right now. And so I didn't do that one. The last one is #OwnVoices. And I decided to read this one, which is Peter Darling. And it is a gender-swapped retelling of Peter Pan. And this book sounds so good. And it's by Austin Chant. And I am so excited to read this book. So that's my Queerlit Readathon TBR. And I am so hoping that I can get that other book from my library. If not, then like I said, I probably will just read Lumberjanes or see what else I can find. But I'm really hoping for that one. So I will put the links in down below so that if you want to join, it's not too late to join. Even if you just read a couple. If you've read any of these books, let me know. If you have any comments or want to share anything, let me know. And that's pretty much it. Please remember to always be kind to each other, and I will see you again in the next video. Bye.